Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think you can keep enjoying your lunch, but our time is running for time to resume the meeting. And before we start, we have a special guest. Actually, he's my associate, Michael Sidoni. I would like to invite him to say a few words for us.
Oh,
and he also a State Farm agent. And, you know, our industry really support Jennifer. Mike, come on.
Yes, on the spot.
I won't be here long. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. I met Jennifer last night, actually, at a fundraiser for Mary Hsieh, and she invited me today, so I thought I would come by to say hello and see what she has to say. I'm actually a member of the Personal Insurance Federation Political Action Committee. I'm on the chairman of the membership committee, actually, so. Not that that will do anything for you, that and $1 and get you a cup of coffee at McDonald's.
Hey, it's good talking.
But anyway, I was actually having coffee at a McDonald's one morning and got a phone call from a friend that I was supposed to meet. I said, yeah, I've got some coffee at McDonald's. She said, seriously? Don't like Starbucks. Anyway, nice to have met you last night. Anxious to hear what you have to say.
All right, so Jennifer.
Okay, yes, so I actually have a story about the McDonald's coffee. One of our early biggest supporters is a man named Hsieh. And Hsieh from Sacramento started the Asian Pacific American Public Affairs Association of PAPA. And then the political arm of it, AAGG, Asian Americans for Good Government. But an even more compelling story about Hsieh is that he came here and had $100, and then now he has, I believe between him and 8 branches of McDonald's, and then I think his daughters have 7. So, the McDonald's coffee, he's a big fan. He still works and actually cleans the table. I mean, this guy works so hard. He's a wonderful, very generous man, and he has been very supportive of the Asian community to be more civically engaged and to actually participate as a strong voice if they actually want to have representation. So, Chang?
Okay, so any questions? Yeah,
I met Jennifer when one time it was at the League of Women Voters in the Eden area. Jennifer is very active in that organization. I'm still a member of it. I'm sure you are too. So, I'm very familiar with your background and your work. I'm very happy that you're running for the assembly. You talk about your background has Chinese background. All of us here were born in Taiwan. Some of them were born here. So we distinguish ourselves between Taiwanese and Chinese. So there is a difference there. And I think it's great that you can be active in Sacramento. I know that because we are from the same background, we my number 3 daughter is married to a Filipino, so our children, grandchildren, are half and half, and so we are very very happy to have this union because and then my son-in-law said, "Oh, I look like your friends." So we feel close to Filipino. So now that you are in Sacramento, you can speak for us if we have any issues. We are all voters. I mean, this group of people are highly educated and we are all voters. So we know, who the good candidates are. And I'm pretty sure people who are here and people who are not here, even if they are not here, they will recognize your accomplishment, your profession, and I think you can get a lot of votes from us. I don't know how you're going to fix the budget in Sacramento.
Well, we get to do it together. That's
Yeah,
one thing,
that
right?
is
I'm not
critical.
Yeah, and I really, it would be disingenuous to ever, for any candidate to claim that they will be the person that solves it all, right? The only reason I'm here is I've been with the community working for you. And then it has to be that we accomplish this because I'm working with you, right? So at the very least, if we can hang on to what we have, because I have all my mentors that say, I don't know why you would do this, there's nothing to work with money-wise, it's a horrible situation for a legislator. And I said, if I don't have unrealistic dreams that we're going to solve something big, but we can at least hang on to what we have for the people who are in most need, and that we keep thinking about, when we're thinking about education, that the only way that education can continue to flourish is that the jobs still have to be more important, that when we have parents who can earn, we know this. The fact is that the more earning potential a parent has, the more the students, their children, are able to have access to education, to good education. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be that way, just like healthcare. But it's important that when parents earn, children learn. It's an easy equation. So we have to keep concentrating our efforts into creating decent, meaningful jobs that lead to career opportunities, not just in this generation, but the next. So we'll keep working on that. 43% of our general funds come from personal income tax, 23% come from sales tax, 7% only from corporations, taxes from corporations. It's a little bit unbalanced. So that's the part we need to work on too. Thank you very much, Cosette. We've also worked on one of Papa's events. Cosette just stepped up that day. We needed some extra hands.
And I remember now.
Yeah, and I remember how it was. We were trying to get more people from a variety of communities, educational background, ethnic background, professional background, to apply to boards and commissions. Because remember, the boards and commissions are the ones who make recommendations to the leaders in the community about the decisions. So it is important to have more balanced representation from those. So that's, Cosette and I were working on a workshop that our appointment secretary, Mona Pascal, was sharing with us what boards and commissions were open on the state level and how to apply for it. So please, that's another way that you should be involved and can be involved. Apply to a board or commission for the state.
Okay,
I'm still using one of your part holder.
Oh, thank you. My mom sewed it herself.
I think I got it during the Eden Medical Center's Run to the Lake event. Now, I'm glad to meet you today. If you show your name, your last name in Mandarin, in Chinese, to anybody and ask them how do they pronounce that, I'm sure they will tell you that in Taiwan, most people pronounce the way you pronounce. Not in China. It's on, not one, right? So anyway, I like to know in what areas you will be focus your effort on if you are being elected.
And what I always share with people is that my focus has to always be the focus of the community, right? So think about the most basic focus that a family has. When you ask the family, why did you move into this community? What do they always say? Oh, because they have good schools. And then it's safe for my family. And then my husband, wife, or partner found a job nearby. So it's always been jobs, crime, education. So that has to be my focus. That's how we keep people in communities. But it has to be decent jobs. I mentioned to you before that my mom sold hot dogs at the Coliseum. She was part of a union. My dad was a grocer at Lucky's. He was part of a union. If it wasn't for their medical benefits, I had first, second, third degree burns on my hand and other medical problems in our family, we would have been in medical debt. So it's important that it's not just a job, but decent jobs that lead to career opportunities. When I talk about decreasing crime, it has to be that we address crime. I work with gang intervention, but those young people committing crimes, when we don't take care of the crimes within their homes, and I'm active and I've been supported by the Child Abuse Prevention Center, because when you have a child that we can't even protect within their home from abuse, neglect, molestation, why do we wonder they go out to the community and they don't mind that they hurt other people? We couldn't protect them, why should they care about us? And then with education, of course, when we were young, I was asked at 3 years old, what do you want to be when you grow up? I thought that when I found out at 11 years old, I had my first eye examination when we came here from the Philippines, and I said, that's what I want to do. I want to become an optometrist. I have that vision, and then I can help myself and help others. Awesome. So I've been wanting to become an optometrist since I was 11 years old. Growing up, you were always asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Purposeful education. Whenever I ask my patients now, it's very hard for them to think about what they're good at, what they're passionate at, and that's what our schools have to concentrate on. It's bizarre to me that I would have people in college who would say, oh, I'm going to change my major again, I'm going to change my major again. Wow, that's expensive. My parents taught us, you think of something, you research it. You go volunteer for an optometry office. Make sure this is what you want to do. Don't waste money. Because when you go to college, that's an investment that taxpayers have into that college. You're using up their money, so use it well. We must teach our children that you find what you're good at, and don't worry. When you study it well, you choose a vocation that trains you in it, a career, a profession that trains you well in it, you will make money. But we help them. We have to help them have purposeful education. And so they can be productive members of the community and pay. What we don't want are tax takers instead of taxpayers, okay? And so another thing that I've been doing is specifically creating job resources fair for the underserved populations, like the population that are coming in from the realignment, okay? So our ex-offenders are previously incarcerated. We have many now in Alameda County. And believe me, I'm very concerned about communicable diseases that we are not going to be able to address because they're not coming in with access to health care. Okay? So we have to take care of them. No matter how much we feel they have wronged the community by killing a person and affecting people's lives, they're back, they paid their dues. Now we help them not make that prison door into a revolving door. Okay? We must reduce the recidivism rates. And so we have to make sure that we give them a path to a second chance. There are businesses out there that are willing to hire ex-offenders because from the government they can have tax incentives anywhere from $2,500 to $8,000 if they can employ them for a year. If you're afraid as a business owner to hire someone who's an ex-offender, there is also a bonding program. It's almost like an insurance that if they do get tempted again and they steal from you, the government will actually pay for that risk that you took, okay?